I am live a little bit early, but those of you that are on here, welcome to the Gut Reset, healing from the inside out. Like, I am so glad you are here tonight. While people are jumping on, because I know it's not quite 5:30 yet, and everybody's getting settled in, I want you guys to take a second and scan that QR code that you see on the screen. I'm going to put the link in there. So if you are like watching from your phone, I want you to click this link, and this link, it's quick 5-minute assessment that we call the FAST FSA. So those of you that are jumping on, click that link really quick. It gives a snapshot of how your body's really functioning. So not just how you feel, but how your systems are all actually working. So you'll get a vitality score, your functional age, and a breakdown across the 5 essentials. So the mindset, nervous system, detoxing your body, exercising, and nervous system. So don't overthink it when you're taking it, okay? Just go with your gut. But we'll go over the results together here in just a few minutes. As I'm getting my hair together. So take that test. If you're just joining us, there is a QR code on the screen. So scan that QR code, or in the chat, okay? In the chat, there is what's called the FAST FSA. So take a second and click that link, scan that QR code, take a quick 5-minute assessment that we call the FAST FSA. It's going to give you a snapshot of how your body's really functioning. So take a second and do that as we start. I'm excited. I'm really, really excited to be here with you guys. I'm going to give everybody just a couple minutes to get on. But if you're just joining us, scan that QR code or click the link and take a quick 5-minute health assessment based off of the 5 essentials. It's going to give you some scores, and we'll walk through it here in a minute just to assess where you are at. Click that link, scan the QR code real quick. I'm going to give everybody just another minute to jump on. Great. If you're just joining us, scan that QR code, click the link that I sent over. It's called the FAST FSA. You're going to get a few health scores. It's a 5-minute health assessment based on the 5 essentials. Let's see where you're at. Doesn't take too long, but we'll walk through that here in just a second. And if you want to say hey, you can say hey, because I can see all the comments on there. If you want to say hi, that you're here, I'd love to know who's watching. I can only see like how many are on. I can't see who. And if you have any questions as we go through, let me know. I'm happy to answer them. All right, I'm going to give it 13 more seconds, and then we will get started. If you're just joining us, scan that QR code, click the link, do that really quick. It's called the FAST FSA. Perfect. All right. So welcome. This is episode 1, the very first episode of a 4-part series called Gut Reset, Heal from the Inside Out. Today's episode is it your gut? ? This isn't normal, but it is common. And so over the next 4 weeks, okay, we're going to unpack the real root causes behind the symptoms that you perhaps have been managing, okay? Things like fatigue, brain fog, anxiety, bloating, breakouts, and we're going to give you a clear, doable path forward. So this isn't like, I'm not going to just give you some cleanse, okay? This isn't some trendy fix that's on Instagram or TikTok, okay? It is definitely not just about digestion when we look at gut health, but this is a lot of times a wake-up call for people. So if you've been told that gas and bloating or food sensitivities are just another part of getting older, or if you've been handed diagnoses like IBS and labels like chronic fatigue or reflux or hormone imbalances with no real answers, okay? If you feel like your body's been failing you, you've been misled. Your gut is your operating system, and when it's off, everything is affected. Everything. Your brain, your skin, your immune system, your sleep, your energy, your mood. And so tonight, what we're going to do is we're going to begin ripping off the mask of the medical model of gut health, okay? And I'm going to show you what actually heals through these next 4 weeks, okay? And if you know me, like there's going to be no fluff, okay? Just truth and action steps. And by the end of these next 4 weeks, freedom. Each session, okay, each episode that we do is going to be 30 minutes or less. But I'm going to tell you, no matter how long it takes, it's every single minute matters. So let's jump in, okay? If you didn't take that FSA that I did at the beginning, wherever you're watching from, YouTube, or Facebook, or on the other platform that we have that's new, click the link and take the Fast FSA. That is super blurry, sorry, but let's walk through what this means. I want you to understand your results, okay? So let's break it down. You're going to get what's called a vitality score, okay? Your vitality score, this is your overall health score out of 100. So if it's below 85, your body is likely working overtime just to keep up. Like this is a sign that there's something deeper that needs attention. Then you're going to see what's called your functional age. So this shows you how old your body is functioning compared to your real age. So if you get a 55, or if you are 55, but your body's functioning at 65, that's a red flag. The upside, though, is that this number can absolutely go down when you start removing interference and give your body what it needs to heal. Then it's going to walk through the 5 essentials. So it's going to have a 5 essential breakdown. So this shows your strengths and the systems that might be under stress in your body. So chiropractic. A low score here could mean that you have nervous system or spinal stress, or maybe your nutrition is low. This might mean that your body is inflamed, or it might be missing ingredients, or mindset, movement, detox. Like these all matter too. Your brain, your lymphatic system, and your environment, they play a role too when it comes to your health. And then you'll see an option for a personalized care plan. But these results are not just numbers, okay? This is a snapshot of your lifestyle, your stress load, and the interference that your body is carrying. But the good news is this is the best place to start, right? This is a starting line. So from here, removing what's holding you back and then reintroducing what allows your body to heal, to perform, and to age the way that it was made and designed to do that. So let's start with a question. What if your symptoms, like the brain fog, the fatigue, the anxiety, the bloating, like what if those weren't random at all? Like what if it was your gut trying to get your attention? Do you know right now over 70 million Americans are living with gut dysfunction? That's 1 in 5 people walking around with silent alarms going off, and most people have no idea. They've been told it's just your hormones or stress or aging. But what antacid market right now is expected to make $9 billion by 2030. Like pills are being pushed, but gut dysfunction is exploding like never before. This isn't healthcare. This is suppressing your symptoms for profit. Now, this is common. All of this is common, but it is not normal. And it's time that we begin to treat the root cause, because these symptoms are not normal. What gut dysfunction looks like, it's not just stomach pain. It's the fatigue that you can't shake no matter how much sleep that you get. It's the brain fog that makes it hard to focus or stay motivated. It's the mood swings, the skin flare-ups, it's the trouble sleeping, it's the weight that feels stuck or unpredictable. Most people have no clue that the gut is behind it all. They medicate the symptoms, or they learn to just live with them, never being told that the root cause is inflammation and the imbalance in your gut. And here's the list. Here's the list that most people are silently living with, and none of that is normal. It is common, but that does not make these okay. Symptoms are not the problem. It's your body's way of asking for help. And the real problems here that most people don't even realize that their gut is inflamed or out of balance. And it's not until the symptoms start getting worse or like stacking up one after the other that their eyes begin to be open. But brushing off bloating, brushing off fatigue, brushing off constipation and brain fog, or even food sensitivities as like you're just getting older, or like that's just the way that my body is, like these aren't quirks. They're warning signs. And the problem is that we've been trained to just continue to silence those signs instead of solve them. We have antacid for reflux. We have GLP-1s for weight loss. We have mood stabilizers for anxiety. That's not healing. That's symptom suppression. Take reflux for an example. Most cases aren't from too much stomach acid. They're from too little stomach acid. So when you suppress stomach acid with PPIs, or you mask pain with Tylenol or ibuprofen, we're not fixing the root cause. We're making it worse. These drugs can damage your gut lining. They destroy your good bacteria, and they can fuel the exact dysfunction that you're trying to escape. So the truth is, the symptoms aren't random. They're your body speaking, and it's really, really time to start listening. For example, I'm going to go right into it. Let's talk about weight loss drugs, specifically GLP and Ozempic. You know, they promise really quick results, but here's the thing that they don't advertise. These drugs work by paralyzing your stomach. Literally, like they slow gastric emptying, which means that the food just sits there. And that might suppress your appetite, but it also comes with a price. Nausea, vomiting, constipation, gallbladder, and there's so much more that they're now coming with lawsuits after these companies for what is causing damage to people's bodies. And now they're seeing studies that even suggest that those effects don't go away even after stopping the medication. That is not healing. That's symptom control with side effects that are worse than the original issue in the first place. You don't need a drug to fix you. You need a strategy that supports how your body was designed to work, not shut it down. And this is an invitation for these next 4 weeks to do something completely different. So we need to look at the root. Everyone say root. We've got to get to the root cause. And the symptoms that you see here, they are not separate. They are one system failing in multiple different ways. Your gut is the central hub for your immune system, for your mood, for inflammation, detox pathways. If we continue to chase after symptoms individually, we will always feel behind, because healing starts when you get back to the root, when you get back to the source, you get back to the cause. So we're going to talk about how the gut is connected to all of it. So let's start with the gut brain. Did you know that the gut makes 90% of your serotonin, which is your happy hormone? It also regulates dopamine, GABA, which is a calming agent, and other brain chemicals tied to mood and focus. So when your gut is inflamed or out of balance, even just a little bit, your mind feels it too. And this isn't just about digestion. This can be things like brain fog, anxiety, depression, and even things like Alzheimer's. But it's about the communication between the gut and the brain. Between your brain, hormones, immune system, and even your skin, we don't need more prescriptions. We've got to get back to the source, because mental clarity, emotional stability, and real energy, it all starts out in the gut. So the brain fog, it's not just in your head. But if you're forgetting names, if you're feeling or zoning out, or feeling like your brain is just stuck in like sludge and like in a slow motion, it's not because you're getting older. It's your gut calling for help. Your clarity, your focus, your memory, they're deeply tied to your gut bacteria. They help make brain chemicals like the serotonin and dopamine that we just talked about. Those things keep you sharp. When your gut is inflamed, your brain can't think straight. When the inflammation goes down, your focus comes back online. So when you heal your gut, you will wake up your brain. You're getting 8 hours of sleep, but you still wake up tired. Why is that? It's usually not a sleep problem. That's a gut problem. When your microbiome is out of balance, your body can't absorb the nutrients that fuel your cells. They're called your mitochondria. Your mitochondria, they're the engines of your energy and in your cells, and they're running on empty. You don't need more coffee. We've got to fix the mitochondria. We need a system that actually works. We got to fix our gut so then our energy comes back online. Your skin usually isn't the problem itself. It's the messenger. It's telling a story about what's going on the inside. Acne, eczema, rashes, inflammation aren't just on your skin or just like skin deep. They're warning lights that are coming on from the inside. So when your gut lining is damaged, toxins and undigested food particles, they leak into the bloodstream. And your immune system freaks out, and then the skin starts to show it. You know, creams and stuff that we put on our bodies, they might cover up the symptoms, but only healing, true healing of your gut can turn off the fire alarm that's going on the inside. It's not usually about the surface fixes. It's about getting to the root. What about hormones, Dr. Cassie? This isn't usually just a hormone problem. It's a drainage problem. So your body makes hormones like estrogen and cortisol and testosterone and progesterone. And when your gut and your liver, they're responsible for clearing them out of your body. But when your gut is inflamed or your microbiome is off, those hormones, they don't exit like they should. So then they recirculate into your system and cause so much chaos. Think PMS, bloating, mood swings, weight gain, hot flashes, low testosterone in men. So this isn't just about women. But testing your hormones without healing your gut is like changing your oil in your car, but never swapping out the filter. You don't usually need more hormones. Sometimes we do, and we need to be tested for it, those of you that know. But you need to move the ones that your body's already made through your body so they don't continue to cause the chaos. Allergies. Allergies are, I'm getting like excited. Allergies are overreaction, literally. Like their allergies aren't just like bad luck or genetics, and just because your parents had it that you're going to have it. They're usually a gut signal. So allergies aren't random, and they're not just something that's found in your DNA. Like they're your immune system overreacting to things that they should ignore. Pollen, food, pet dander, even your own tissue. like your own tissues in your body, not like a tissue like this because of allergies, but your own organs, your own tissues. So why does it freak out? Because your gut barrier, just like with those that we talked about before, that filter that's supposed to protect you, it begins to leak. So when that filter breaks down and you have leaky gut, particles slip into the bloodstream that were never meant to be there, your immune system goes into defense mode and it never shuts off because it's just this constant. And the answer isn't like you have to be on allergy meds forever and ever and ever. It's fixing the filter, heal the gut, calm the immune system, and watch quote unquote allergies, watch them go away. Joints. Joint pain isn't usually a joint problem. It's usually systemic. Joint pain isn't just a getting older problem. It's usually a gut problem. And if you've just been told that it's just aging, I want you to rethink this. Pain is never random, and your joints are trying to tell you something. The real story here is that chronic joint pain often starts because of immune dysfunction, not wear and tear. When your gut barrier breaks down, inflammation proteins leak into your bloodstream and then they land in your joints. Those are weaker spots and then they light a fire. That is why anti-inflammatories don't fix it. They cover it up. They just silence the alarm. When you heal the gut, when you stop your body from leaking, the pain stops screaming. And this is from personal, even looking at me right here, something that I experienced so close to home is that my joints stopped hurting once I really began to heal my gut. So everything comes back to the gut. Your gut isn't just about digestion. It's the command center for your entire body, your nervous system and your gut. It talks to your immune system. It balances your hormones and it drives your metabolism. It impacts your skin. It impacts your joints. It impacts your brain. It impacts your mood. If your gut is inflamed, everything else is affected. This isn't just a stomach problem. It's a whole body problem. And if you want to heal, like really from the inside out, this is where we have to start. And I don't believe that it's because you don't have a strong willpower or that you're lazy or that you're broken or that you are weak. What's happened, I think, in the crisis of our whole country is that there's so much noise everywhere from every aspect, people telling you how to do things, but there's mixed messages, do this or don't do that. There's confusion when it's like, what am I supposed to do? My doctor tells me I need to do this, but you're telling me I need to do this. And like, what should I believe? But you've been labeled, we've been medicated, and we've been told just to like deal with it. But you're not broken. You're not weak. You're most likely inflamed. You're misaligned. You're disconnected from the root cause of what's going on. And that can be fixed. So I want you to pause for a second. How long have you been calling this normal? How long have you been like, this is what it is, and this is just how it's going to be? Because like, what would life look like if the fog was lifted? Like if the energy came back, if it felt like home in your body again. Because you were built to heal. You don't need more management of symptoms. We need to get you on a map of wholeness. So here's how we're going to end this first episode. We laid the foundation, but I want you to take some action steps because you can hear all of this information, but if you don't take any action until the next time we see each other next week, then I'm going to encourage you to. So before we wrap up, I want to leave you with 3 simple steps, okay? Number 1, take that fast FSA. If you weren't here from the very beginning, the link is in the comments. I will put it in there again so that you have it. So fill out this fast FSA. Hey, Aaron, if you're still in the office. I love it. The fast FSA. The reason that I want you to do that, click that link. It's quick, but it's powerful. It gives you a snapshot of how your body is functioning right now. Think of this as your starting line. Number 2, I want you to do a 3-day food log challenge, okay? It shouldn't say download the link, just click the link. You don't have to download it, but I am going to put that 3-day food log in there. If you really want help, it will get sent to me and I'll see it. You'll do a new entry each time that you put in a food. So I want you to do a 3-day food log, okay? In the next 3 days, write every single thing down, everything that you're eating, what you eat, how you feel, how you sleep, your mood, your energy. Your body is always speaking, okay? And now we're going to start to listen. And then I want you to fill this out just so that you can get an idea of where you're at, focusing specifically on your gut. So this checklist right here, do I need a gut reset? And if you're like, yep, I sure do. I don't really need a checklist to do that, but I want you to take this checklist. It opens up your eyes to see where you're at. And if you check off 3 or more symptoms, like that's confirmation, like that you're in the right place. You don't need to live inflamed and foggy and bloated and exhausted and all of that. That's not who you are. That's just what your body's been carrying, okay? So those are 3 steps that I want you to do. Fill out that fast FSA. We're going to do a 3-day food log challenge. And then we're also going to do a symptom checklist. Like, do I need to really take this gut reset seriously? And here's one more thing, okay? One more thing. Healing is contagious. If you're watching this and someone has come to mind, or you're watching it later and someone else comes to mind, a friend, a spouse, like a neighbor, a coworker, a friend across the country, because they can watch this online anywhere that they are. But think about someone that's struggling with fatigue or anxiety or gut issues. Will you invite them? Invite them over these next 3 weeks now, but invite them to this. Share the link, bring them into the next session, because we will rise together. When there's people that you're doing it with and you guys are doing it together, there's something that lifts up your spirits and helps you to stay accountable. Because remember, this isn't just about gut health, because we're just getting started. So laying the foundation tonight was what it was about. But get ready for next week, okay? Next episode is on the gut attack. What's destroying your microbiome? So I'm going to expose the 5 gut wreckers. So we're going to be talking about glyphosate, seed oil, sugar, GMOs, and I'm going to show you exactly how to remove them and what to swap with them. So you're going to walk away with a full food swap guide. Don't miss it. I'm going to put the registration. If you haven't registered for it yet, it is in the comments section. So get registered for that for next week and continue this every Monday in October for 30 minutes or less. We're going to be talking gut reset. Each one is going to build on the next, but I want to honor you. Okay. You showed up and that's what matters. And I want to remind you that your body is not the enemy. It is your best ally. But we don't have to live in survival mode anymore. Healing is possible. I promise you, healing is possible, but it starts with an awareness. That was tonight. It starts with action, and that's what you're going to do after we're done with this. And it starts with the belief that your body was designed and made to heal. That is how God made it. And so we are going to continue to honor it. And so I will see you guys next Monday, the 13th of October, same time, same place, and we'll keep on going. Love you guys.